5 of the incoming players are going to be yours, which makes sense because you've seen some quality guys walking out the door.
Yes.
How did you put together what kind of players you wanted to fill in for Elijah Chapman and DeVere Leavelston and Jordan in the middle?
Well, we sort of wanted to follow the same format. Those guys had success here, and we were really sad to see those guys leave. But they kind of showed us what the format should be. So we wanted to get big athletic guys that could help stop the run and add some type of pass rush value to our system.
All of the guys that you're adding are transfers, not high school guys, including guys who played at Georgia and Miami and West Virginia and Texas Tech and Arkansas. Was that by design to get guys who are a little more mature and have had some college experience, or is that just the way it all unfolded for you?
I guess it kind of just unfolded that way. When you lose 3 seniors in the middle that played a ton of snaps, you're going to need a more mature guy to kind of roll into a new conference to play with. So we had 2 guys on the roster that had playing experience, in Corey Roberson and Mike Sanjos. But we knew, going to a bigger conference that we had to have bodies, and we needed big bodies. So that was the train of thought, to go find as many as coach would allow me to have.
When you look at the transfers who came in and played for you last year, the 2 Miami guys, Cam Robertson came down from UNT. How much did their success as transfers in your defense impact the quality of guys who gave SMU a look and maybe ended up here?
It was huge, particularly when you could show those guys the success they have. Jordan Miller getting invited to the East-West Shrine Bowl, Elijah Robert having 10 sacks. It stamped us that we wasn't asking these guys to necessarily step out on faith, that they had visual proof of something that actually worked. So that was the easy part. Now we had something to sell, as opposed to those guys just kind of stepping out on faith and believing in us, from year one. So it was really awesome. Those guys really came and really changed the trajectory of our room, and that's what we're hoping with this group.
Elijah Roberts obviously had a great year last year. Coach Lashley spent the whole season telling us he's the best defensive player in the conference. Did you have to recruit him to stay?
He's a great kid, and it was a couple. We had to have some conversations, but in the end, I think it all worked out. I'm just excited to get another year with him. He's a special player, and he's a smart kid, and he trusted us and he listened to us, and I think in the end, man, he made a great decision. So.
Obviously, the guys coming back from last year, they all know you and they know your system, but the guys you're adding have that college experience and the maturity. Do the holdovers automatically have a leg up in your mind, or does the maturity of the incoming guys make everybody pretty equal going into spring?
Yeah, so we lost starters, so there's jobs that are wide open. The guys that are returning, and Corey and Mike Sanjos, they know what the standard is, so they have a one-up from that standpoint. But it's going to be very competitive. Nobody, has earned anything yet, so that's what makes it fun to go out there and compete and really play at a standard that we've set ourselves. So we want to hit that standard, and as a matter of fact, we want to go beyond that. So that's the challenge for us.
A year ago at this time, you had a couple guys who ended up playing on offense. Elijah Chapman played a little bit on offense. Stone Eby moved over there full time.
Right.
Have you already started telling Coach Lashley and Coach Woods to leave your guys alone this year?
I know, anything, they can take any of my guys, they're going to pound that ball. If they're going to run that ball, that means we're on the sideline getting fresh. So whoever they need, they can have them for a series or two.